Yes, sir, bitches, we're here. We are doing Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelists of the Roses. Damn, Seto looks really cool in this. Okay, so, as you guys can see, yep, we're going through Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelists of the Roses. Now, let me just start out by saying, this was a bitch to set up. It took me about, no exaggeration, about 8 hours yesterday to completely get all this shit going with this game. It looks really good. No glitches, no bullshit. Everything is working solid. So now we're going to be able to go through Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelists of the Roses. This is kind of, I guess, you know, it is... Whoa, there's the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon right there. Oh, Black Luster Ritual. Hello. So this game is the sequel to Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, but the gameplay is unbelievably different. It, like, as you can see, like, already just looking at it with the way that you see, like, the cards moving. Oh, that was a Black Meteor Dragon! Our boy who helped us so much in Forbidden Memories. Yeah, I'm actually really excited to play this game. Really, I've only played a couple Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. This is my favorite by far. This has actually got to be one of my favorite anime games in general. I just really love the dueling system in this game. It's really, really fucking good. It's almost got, it's kind of like combine, like, almost like a Final Fantasy Tactics, like, vibe with Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's, how are you going to fail with that? Of course that's going to be good. Hello? Alright, so here we go. Let's get this shit cracking. Now, there's a couple of interesting systems here in Duelists of the Roses. I might as well just explain them as we keep going forward. But anyway, this game is kind of based on some, like, real event that happened in, like, the 1400s that I don't know much about. And basically, they're just, like, putting Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters into this real-world conflict. I always like when they do that, when they meld, like, real life and fiction. It's always good. Like, Metal Gear Solid does that very well a lot. And as you guys can see, this is Haishin. He's a character who's not in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga or anime, but he's in these games, Forbidden Memories and Duelists of the Roses. And someone told me he's in Yu-Gi-Oh! The False-Bound Kingdom, which isn't really a sequel to this, but, I mean, kind of like a spiritual successor, so. Alright, and here's Yugi. In this game, there's not, like, you know how Yugi is normally, like, Little Yugi, and this is Yami or Atem. In this game, that's just Yugi. There is no, like, Little Yugi. Maybe it's implied that you're controlling, like, that's the character you are, but you don't ever actually get to see who you're controlling. And then Seto in this game, like, yo, I'm sorry, that outfit is sick as fuck. I love the Blue Eyes White Dragon armor. My most loyal and powerful servant, Blue Eyes White Dragon. I love Kaiba in the anime. But yeah, this intro is actually really long. Basically, it's just saying, yeah, so there's this war going on in the 1400s. And so this one side decides to summon a duelist from the future to help them. The legendary fighter, the prophecy will come true. All that same, you know, jumbo, mumbo, garbage, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so here we have Simon right off the bat. Hello, Simon. What is up? Yeah, so the red and white roses, this is going to be a big, like, thing going on with this game, where the red rose side, that's Yugi and, you know, like, all of Yugi's friends, like Tristan, Joey, they're all over there. And then the white rose side, that's, you know, led by Seto. It's not Kaiba in this game, it's just Seto. And then, you know, a bunch of the other, like, minor villains, you know, like Rex Raptor, Weevil Underwood, Pegasus is there. Unfortunately, another game with no Malik. Malik, despite being essentially the Cell of Yu-Gi-Oh!, is in so few of these games. Alright, yes. Okay, so, here, this is actually really important. So, the name you pick, okay, you're not actually controlling a character. Like, if you guys remember, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, we were controlling Atem. Like, it showed it several times, you know, when he showed the cards to Dark Knight, you know, all that bullshit. Here, there's none of that. Your name is here only for one purpose. It determines which deck you start with. So, like, each name has, like, a pre-assigned couple of decks that you can get. Like, you know, if you pick, like, Kaiba, you could get, like, a type of dragon deck. And it works with all types of names, like Nintendo, Coke, blah, 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 blah. I was gonna go with Atem anyway, because I figured, you know, since they're calling, you know, real Atem Yugi, like, we'll just be Atem. We'll just be the character from Forbidden Memories. Why not? Now, this is also going to give me a deck with a couple of cards that I can actually use with the deck I want to build in this game. Getting cards in this is so much easier than it is in Forbidden Memories. You know, Forbidden Memories, you gotta do 100 duels. Maybe you can get, you know, something okay. But in this, you can, like, I think in, like, the first battle, you could get, like, a Dark Magician and shit. It's all dependent on how lucky or good you are at slots. A lot of the systems in this, I'm just gonna explain as we get to it, because, like, if I'm just randomly talking about, like, getting cards, it's like, it's not gonna make any sense. Alright, yep, they're being threatened. The Yorkists are the White Rose side, and then the Lancastrians, that's the Red Rose side. Alright, so they summoned us because we need to be a beast and duel the shit out of them. I will. Yes, of course I'm gonna help. Now, one cool thing about this game is right here at the beginning, you actually have a chance. You can side with either the Red Rose side or you can side with the White Rose side. And of course, then, you know, obviously the second to last battle on one side is Seto and the other is Yugi. Yeah, dueling is governed by the perfect rule. This is where, you know, it starts to, like, show how much different this sort of Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling style is in this game. And yeah, there's a deck leader process similar to that filler section in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. You know, in the middle of the Battle City tournament, and they get sucked into, like, virtual reality, and they do, like, deck masters, deck leaders. There's a thing like that here in this game, too. Oh, the lost rules that were miraculously revived. So good that they were revived. A practice duel. You know what? I wasn't going to do this, but I'm actually going to show this practice duel. Okay, I am definitely going to... Fuck that tutorial. I'm cutting all that. That tutorial is like 25 minutes long. Like, there's no fucking way. I'll just explain everything to you guys as we go through the game. That'll be a lot easier than this garbage. So anyway, yeah, back to the story. Depending on what name you pick, like, he gives you a couple choices for the decks, and they're always the same to each name. Okay, blah, 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 blah. The deck you select, Guide the Destiny, blah, blah, blah. I'm a cockboy. Okay, so we get our 3 deck choices. Now, at the top right, we can see the main attributes, like, you know, light, there's some water in there. Here we've got dark, main races of monsters, and then our average summon level. I'm actually going to go with this one, Cruel or Cruel, just because I want a couple of the cards in here. Eventually, I'm going to just cycle out almost everything in here, but it's fine for now. Okay, so then all of a sudden, oh, those Celtic Rose cards, what? Who there? Oh, it's Seto. I do like, the music in this game is very good. Rosenkreuz. Oh, only address me as Seto, fuck boy? Can you beat me in a duel? Hell no, then you have to call me by what I say. A certain aura of power. Damn right there's an aura of power emanating from me. Glad you know your place, Seto. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Rosencruz. Alright, so Seto's basically like, yo, you are the sickest pimp OG. Join us instead of these red rose fucks. Yup. The Forbidden Rose Summoning. Yeah, so basically, the plot of this game, since it is a sequel to Forbidden Memories, you know, towards the very end, it is basically like, oh no, we're summoning the ancient demon guy again. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's like, combining red and white. Whoa, Simon, you know, that I'm sensing some racist undertones in your voice there, okay? Simon, stop saying all lives matter, Simon, okay? Stop that, Simon. The fool! Yep, Druid legend. Damn, so Seto, you know, Seto's noble, man. He wants to end all war and suffering by just making it so that his rule is ironclad. You know, no one will have to fight over each other because you're all gonna be slaves. I got you, Seto. And then Richard III, that is Haishin. Yeah, within the right rose barrier. Yeah, we actually are in Seto's territory. Alright, so they summoned us, the Rose Duelists, and then they dispersed the cards to all their best duelists. You know, characters like Mai, Joey, you know, Tristan, Taya, all of them. And then it's the same thing with Seto's side. You know, all of his boys, they each have a Rose card as well. So that's going to be what we're doing throughout the game, is we're going to be dueling all these guys, trying to get their Rose cards. Alright, so Seto, he's talking about how he knows how to send us back home. And Seto's like, listen, you go dominate all these fools, and then I'll send you home. The Honorable Atem. Well, okay, at least Seto's trying to help us. You're just like, hey, Rose Duelist, you know, fuck you. Yeah, the numbers are even, so he says, which side will you choose? Ooh, you know, Seto is actually making very good logic here. Look at his dialogue. Oh, Atem, heed not the words of this power-hungry lunatic. Like, he's freaking out. He's like, oh my god, Seto's logic is so sound. This is not good. Now he's taunting him. I'm hurt. Alright, so who are we going to side with? I'm going to start by siding with Yugi and the Lancastrians for now. Because the game it does seem to be built that way. Yep. Old Temple Guardians, blah, blah, blah. For the sake of justice. Sorry, Seto, you are pretty badass, but I'm going to side with Yugi for now. And he's like, damn, that sucks. Don't worry, I'm personally gonna put my boot on your neck. Alright, so very nicely, he's gonna let us go meet with Yugi, and he's not gonna kill us or anything. Okay, well, that's what's up, Seto. I'm glad for that. I enjoyed that. Thank you. Alright, well, later. We're gone. Okay, so now we sail over to Yugi's house. And you see over there, we see Yugi, there's Simon, there's Joey, Shoddy, and Grandpa. So they do have Simon and Grandpa as two different characters here. Prince Yugi! Yo, what is up? Your hair is just so sick. How could you not just love his hair? Although it does make it really, of all the big dumb anime hairs that like all characters might have, think of how ridiculous Goku's hair really is. Yugi has the most ridiculous hair because there's 3 colors in it. And, like, look at the way, like, his one bang is, like, jutting out to the right like that. Like, Yugi, man, how do you keep that hair pristine every day? You've got to tell us. What products do you use? Oh, yeah, and by the way, he's saying, go beat all those White Rose guys, and then after that, my army will be able to invade them. So Yugi and his armies, they can't utilize the full power of the Rose cards like, I guess, Seto's side can. Okay, now here we go. We have to use a deck cost that's lower than an opponent's to get their Rose card. Each card has a certain deck cost. Obviously, the better the card, the higher the deck cost. So you do have to have a balance of, like, weak monsters and very, very low-level trap and magic cards, and then you can have your powerful stuff. But like any system that wasn't thought out very well, we can quite easily break the shit out of the deck cost system. That's not gonna be hard at all. No, we're gonna be having some good fun with this. Okay, so he's like, yeah, beat all the people by this time or else you suck. Okay, Simon, give us details. Okay, good shit. Okay, so now the game begins proper. Alright, so here is where we start out. That's our deck leader. And we have 2 locations we could head to. I already know which one I'm going to be doing, though. Okay, so we could head to Chester, where we're going to be fighting Weevil Underwood. And you see his deck cost right there is 854. So right now our deck cost is lower. We can get his Rose card. And then here we have Rex Raptor at 960. But none of that is any good. We're going to actually go ahead and make our deck a little better. Let's drop a save, of course. I know my boy Asher loves me dropping these saves, so let's do that. Now let's go into our deck. And this is going to show us all the cards we've got. Alright, so here's our deck leader. Deck leaders, like, they'll have, like, special abilities and stuff. His actual effect, this right here, this doesn't mean anything. The only thing that matters for him is his leader ability, since he's our deck leader. But he sucks. Like, that's not really what we want. And then notice the little DC right there, deck cost. And each card, has its own deck cost. And some cards are just really, really terrible, like... Okay, so Solitude, what is your special ability? Even I'm not sure on, like, everything's special ability. Okay, that's actually pretty solid. Spellbinds an opponent for 3 turns when destroyed in battle. Okay. Karibo is the same as it always is with its thing. But, like, okay, here we go. Barox. 30 deck cost, and look how weak it is. Like, it's just a complete waste to have in your deck. We do have a couple of good things. What I'm going to be trying to go for, really, is a zombie deck. So any, like, zombie cards we might have really help out. So we've got the Shadow Spectre and the Fiend hand. These could be pretty useful. I do like that Fiend Sand, actually. Now, those are only zombie monsters, right? Yeah. We're going to need a lot more than that to make the deck that I want to. Alright, and we have a couple of interesting magic cards here. This fucks up Labyrinth Terrain. Let me get into a battle first, and then I could, like, really show you guys what that does. Sparks and Hinotama, these are just direct attacks. Call the Haunted. This is the main reason I'm glad Atem has this. All monsters on the field are transformed as zombie. This is going to become very important once I get a certain card that will really help my zombie deck out. Call of the Hunt, it's going to be awesome. Fiend Castle raises Fiend monsters. Paralyzing Potion is really good, because if it's not a machine monster, you could pretty much finish it. Because if it's eternally spellbound, the card is not going to be able to do anything again. And then this is garbage. We'll get rid of that. Oh, its deck cost is very low, though. Wow, Call of the Haunted. Deck cost 1? That's incredible, and that's one of the best cards I've got. Okay, so you know, like any Yu-Gi-Oh game, there are codes which you can input to get certain cards. Now, this game is a little different in that there's not that many codes, and, you know, they're all to the normal monsters. Like, the little code at the bottom of the actual Yu-Gi-Oh cards doesn't work like it normally does. So I'm going to go ahead and input... I'm just going to get all the useful stuff we can get with codes. Some of it we'll use, some of it we'll save for later. So let me go ahead and put some of these codes in. I'll be skipping the process of me actually putting these in because, you know, it's both numbers and letters, so these could take a little while. Okay, so here we get the Ancient Tree of Enlightenment. And this card has a nice little effect here that when it's face up in defense position, trap cards can't be triggered. This is going to be useful against a couple of enemies who like have really powerful traps, including the final boss who has like the most broken shit in the world. So this will really help against him. And the way this game works, like, he's not going to be able to get rid of this ancient tree. I realize, like, we haven't actually seen a battle, so if you're not familiar with how this game works, I guess a lot of this shit's going to be meaningless right now, but alright. Alright, and here we have Aqua Dragon. Now, the Aqua Dragon is actually a really solid card. I really like this. When it engages in a battle, the space it's in is transformed into sea. This is going to be really useful in a couple of battles. Like, in particular, I could think of Pegasus. This card is going to be fantastic against Pegasus. And here we get the Change of Heart, which is going to be very situational. As you guys can see, it has a massive deck cost. Certain fights, this could be really good because, you know, the deck leader always has to put down a monster close to it, and using Change of Heart, we really, really could fuck something up. Alright, and here we get Earthshaker. Now, this is actually one of the more interesting cards that we can get, and something that's going to be very useful. All Labyrinth squares are changed to normal. This is going to be really, really good, because there's a lot of fields that are very dependent on the Labyrinth. And we're going to be able to just completely wreck the battle with this. Alright, and here we get Fairies Gift. Now, this card is okay. It's got a nice little effect of when it's flipped, we get 800 life points. I thought, you know, that's better than, you know, what is this fucking thing down here that had, you know, 30 Baroks. Yeah, right. I'll take Fairies Gift any day. Alright, and here's Goblin Fan. Now, this is not going to be something that we're going to need until basically the final boss. The final boss, I think, uses Ryukyu, and it is a pain, really. That's the only way to say it. And here we have Gravity Bind. Now, Gravity Bind is really good. It does have that high deck cost, though. But this will eternally spellbind an enemy monster and reduce its strength by 1500. This is something I'm probably not going to use that much. But against certain opponents, like, oh, I don't know, Seto, who's throwing around all his blue eyes, this could really even the playing field. Alright, and here we have Green Kappa. Green Kappa is going to be absolutely incredible. This card, when it's flipped face up, it gets the highest attack power on the field. Later on, I'll explain exactly why this is going to be a god card, and it's never going to be removed from our deck. Okay, and here is another broken card. Mirror Wall. This is probably the most broken card in the game. Basically, what this does is anytime your opponent attacks anything of yours, its attack is reduced by half. It's like it. This card, its deck cost should be like 500. It's the most broken card ever. Like, this shit is so ridiculous. You guys are gonna see just how insane that shit is very soon. Don't you worry about that. Alright, and here we get Mimicat. Mimicat is really good also. This allows us to basically get anything we want. Any magic, trap, monster, whatever, we can just grab it from either graveyard. Very, very powerful. And here we get the Magician of Faith. Of course, you know, Magician of Faith has a really cool thing where, you know, we just get a spell card from either graveyard and we can, you know, we could steal an opponent's magic card. Or let's say I already used Mimicat. Hey, let's use Mimicat again. Okay, and here we get Royal Decree, which can basically stop an opponent's trap card. Very good again. Okay, and here is the #1 card I wanted. We get the Sword Stalker. 41 deck cost, it's a little high, but he's going to be our main sweeper in this game. For every monster in our graveyard, when this card gets flipped, he gets an extra 100 attack points. And that is going to make him just, really good. Alright, and here we get Sayaru, who is just, you know, we just got him just have a powerful monster. I probably won't use him that much because he does have a high deck cost, but it's just something else to have. Alright, and here we get Swordsman from a Foreign Land. I really like this card because he has a very low deck cost, and when he gets destroyed in battle, it'll destroy that monster as well. So, oh, hey, Seto, that's a nice Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon you've got there. Oh, what's that? It's dead? Sorry. Okay, and here is our last card that we're gonna get. Now, Beast King of the Swamp, same thing. When it gets destroyed, it kills the enemy that killed it. Not quite as good as Swordsman of a Foreign Land, though, because it's got a way higher deck cost. So now that we've got all this stuff, we have, you know, a number of new cards. And I'm going to go ahead and build the deck, and then we'll call it a day for our first episode. So we are eventually going to fight Weevil, of course. But first, we're going to fight Rex Raptor, because fighting Rex Raptor will open up this opponent that I actually want to grind my ass off against. I'm actually probably only going to need one grinding session in this entire game, which is going to be a welcome reprieve from, you know, Shining Force, Resurrection of the Dark Dragon, and then Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, which required so much grinding. Okay, so Rex has a deck cost of 960. That means we can raise our deck up to 960. Or, yeah, I think we can be equal to theirs and still get the Rose card. We just can't be above it. So let's go ahead. Let's get rid of shit that's, like, really garbage. Okay, what is Solitude's effect? His effect, that's actually kind of useful. 26 is not that high. King of Yamimikai. I mean, I do have a Fiend Castle, but like these. Barox? No fucking way. Goodbye. Ushi Oni. No, you're a Fiend, though, right? Yeah, he's a Fiend. Yeah, I don't know. Your deck cost is high. You suck. We'll get rid of Neck Hunter's terrible. Air Eater. Okay. Cyber Commander, Mechanical Snail. Okay, so we have to put a number of cards in. I might not actually be able to make that many adjustments because we have so few cards to work with. So let's put Sword Stalker in there, of course. Swordsman from a Foreign Land. Beast King of the Swamps. How many do we need? We still need a lot. Okay. Siryu, no, we'll pass on that. Fairies Gift and Magician of Faith, of course. How many do we need? Oh. Oh, actually, no, this is going to be easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of the Air Eater right there. And we will put in... I really want to get... Ooh, Green Kappa, of course. We can also get rid of this Air Eater. And now we don't want Ferox, Ushi Oni. Aqua Dragon is good. We can get him. Wow, our deck cost is only... Our deck cost has gone down. Like, what? Okay. Bistro Butcher, 28. King of Yamimikai. Huh. Yeah, I just have so few, like... Okay, cool. We're good. Okay, I can get rid of, like, well, Sparks and Hinatoma. They're so low, but I'm not going to need them for now. So let me get rid of those. We'll go with... I want Earthshaker for sure for this battle. Because there's a lot of Labyrinth squares, so this could help out. So we'll take Earthshaker. We'll take Mirror Wall with us. And I guess I'll take Change of Heart as well. Oh, we're full up. Okay. So let me get rid of one thing, and then we could put in Change of Heart. You know what? Let me just get rid of Fiend Castle and then King of Yamimikai. Yeah. Okay, so we'll add in Change of Heart. What was he? He was 960? That's okay, we can work with that. Let me grab... I guess I'll grab Siryu. Yeah. So we're good. Boom. This will be our deck for the first match. We've got some good shit for sure. Okay, so let me go ahead and drop a save. Alright, and next time we will use this deck and we will wipe the fucking floor with this fool, Rex Raptor. He's not gonna know what's coming. He's gonna be like, Mirror Wall? Are you fucking kidding me? That's bullshit! Fuck you! Alright, till next time, bitches.